Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report. After our feature story on the deplorable state of a road in Kogi State, respite seems to be coming the way of commuters and residents along the Mokwa-Isanlu-Egbe Road in the state following the Save Our Soul message sent by the people to the federal government. The 27-kilometer road is now getting a facelift. Join us for these and more on the program. I am Yomi Otaigbe.
Earth-moving machines scraping the surface of Mokwa-Isanlu-Egbe Road in readiness for construction. For the people of the communities along this axis, this is a sound of good news after having faced a lengthy period of abandonment. It's quite like a dream to them, and they, led by their traditional ruler, have come out not to only see for themselves what is happening, but to also pray for the brain behind this initiative. For several years, the users of this road have been subjected to very harsh conditions and high-level insecurity, as kidnapping and robbery became the order of the day.
For close to about 2 decades now, talking about 20 years, the road has been like this. Worst.
Seriously?
Seriously, yes. That is what I know about. Because let me just tell you the brief history about this road. I know during Goodluck Jonathan regime, this road was awarded from Kaba, and flag off took place that particular moment. And the road was, I think it was the consultant or the contractor came from Kaba, started from Kaba, and handed it at this what is it called, Senator Dino's main town, and stopped. So the road has been the major problem. And if you see what is happening here, sometimes a lot of people are being kidnapped, a lot of accidents. Sometimes you just find out that some people will sleep like 2-3, motorists will sleep like about 2-3 days on this road without getting to their destination. I do not know. I think it's the government. You know the government, how the government operates in Nigeria. They award contract and nobody follow it up. And once who in the society get what their share, they abandon the contract. It was abandoned. And let me even tell you, I think recently this particular government of President Buhari re-awarded the contract again. Up to this moment, the contractor is nowhere to be found. And people are suffering every day on this road. This road connects about 6 states together from Ekiti down to Kogi, then Kogi down to Kwara. And the same road extends to Oyo that connects Lagos State. So I believe the government can help the people by fixing this road. The contract that have been awarded to this contractor, where are the contractors? Government should look for them. The money being collected or the money being paid or whatever agreement I believe they have, they should follow it up and make the people have a better life to live.
Even the drivers, who all agree that the road is the shortest route to Kwara and Lagos, have had to spend endless man-hours on the road to get to their destinations.
How the road is bad too much. It's too much. So motor cannot follow federal road again or to enter Isa bus to go double cross for another place.
The one we want follow for government road now, e no good. Like 1 year now, where this road don't spoil. Nobody entered the road.
It had taken community efforts to keep the road motorable, all destinations accessible. The economy had been badly affected, and the damage is unquantifiable.
For days here, movement that people will be stuck here. There will be no vehicular movements. And all you see is that when the people now understand that vehicles are no longer coming to the community or the passage for vehicular movements, the community took the initiative by creating what you are seeing here as an alternative route for the people.
It's usually very dusty and could become a death trap for motorists whenever it rains. All these are about to change as work continues in earnest at the site. The intervention is being driven by the lawmaker representing Yagba Federal Constituency, Leke Abejide.
The cry was too much. People could not even access their homes. The road was totally cut off. And now look at it. Let me take it upon myself and do something. And it's beyond palliative. We have to reconstruct, and that's why I started the reconstruction. And it's ongoing now. You can see, even within Mopa town, to traverse Mopa town, just the town, it's not a big town, you will spend more than 1 hour from the beginning of Mopa to Ayiteju. But now we have not finished, we are just still going on. But I think it will not take you more than maybe 3 minutes now. Let's say highest 5 minutes. Though we are not done yet, because we are just around that Ayiteju site, and we are still going to Isolu. So we have done, at least our people are happy now. By the time we are done with the road, so people going home for Christmas, it will be a very joyful thing for them.
The state governor had once alluded to the deplorable state of some of the federal roads within the state, soliciting the intervention of the federal government. But it appeared paucity of funds have continued to derail answers to the request. The lawmaker said he had to put in personal funds and took loans to get the work started.
Over 600 billion was approved for NMPC or by NMPC, I don't know, to fix some roads in this country. We were told that those roads that were selected are economically viable ones. And then no single Kogi economically viable. That is what we were told. Since 2016 till date, I visited the Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Babatunde Raji Fashola, 3 times in his office. Quote me this. I have made several calls to him about Kogi federal roads. We are still where we are since that time.
Numerous trucks ply the Mokba-Isonlu-Egbe road, causing further damage. For now, the people are very optimistic that the road from Iluagba to Mokba and Isonlu will not be abandoned, judging by the pedigree of the lawmaker.
I know he's using his personal fund for this. There's no government allocation for what he's spending. So what's it called? The traditional council here, we still have to write to the ministry and ensure or compel the company to meet with the honorable. And for your information, this has been fully paid for, so it's not a project that will be abandoned along the line. You understand? And he has taken this out of his personal purse.
If all goes well, this personal effort will ensure a smooth ride for those who will be traveling through this road during the Yuletide. However, the government must prevail on those previously awarded the contract to return to site and speed up the reconstruction process so as to ensure other parts of the road also get due attention.
A group of disengaged dock workers of stevedoring companies embarked on a peaceful protest with the hope of drawing the attention of the federal government and relevant agencies to their plight to help them claim their terminal benefits.
Representatives of dock workers working for Steve Doring companies chant solidarity songs as they approach Channels Television headquarters in Lagos. They have travelled from Port Harcourt in Rivers State and Calabar in Cross River State to seek the TV medium in making their grievance known to those concerned about their plight.
Africa is Soweto.
Their appointments with Steve Doring were disengaged because the principal, Integrated Logistics Services Limited, Intels, terminated the contract of their employer. While that is beyond their control, they are however asking for the payment of their severance benefits.
We are here to plead with you to help us tell the federal government and well-meaning Nigerians to intervene on our behalf for Intels to pay the Steve Doring contractors that will in turn pay us our total sovereign benefit, terminal benefit, and redundancy benefit.
The protesters claim they have written several letters to Intels without response.
So we have written to the union, we have written to Intels to no avail. The top management of Intels, they all moved to Switzerland. Those who are here in Onne there, they made themselves demigod. They don't listen to us. So what we are begging, we know we have a good leader in person of President Muhammad Buhari. We are begging him to intervene to save our soul.
Because of this, some of our members have died. Some of them, their children have been dropped out from school. Nothing. Some of them been rejected by the landlord. So we are pleading between now and December they should pay us our money so that we can make use of it and so that our children also can go back to school. No contract is forever. In this issue, we have a template, which is the minimum standard agreement that's guiding our operations. In the agreement, there is a section that says that at the end of every contract, the terminal operator has to pay a severance package, and even the redundant package to a contractor. In turn, the contractor now will pay to the workers. But Intels has refused.
It's not the first time these dock workers are protesting the non-payment of their terminal allowance. In 2020, they besieged Intel's office in Port Harcourt. In an effort to get Intel's reaction to these allegations, Channel's Eyewitness crew put several calls to phone numbers provided. Out of 4, only that of Usman Hussein went through. Mr. Hussein, who is the Managing Director of Associated Maritime Service Limited, the company that serves the middleman between Intels and Steve Doring, however turned down our demand for a television interview on the matter. In a phone conversation, he explained that Intels did not include in its contract with Steve Doring to pay severance benefits to its workers in the event of contract termination. Eyewitness crew caught up with Mr. Emmanuel Nted, the Managing Director of Modern Steve Doring, to tell us how his company is involved in the story.
Just last year, 2020, Intel terminated all the contract. They terminated all the contract. And this group of workers have been working under Modern Steve Doring Company since 2005. Just last year, they came to my office here to protest. And I made it clear to them that all of them has the minimum standard which we use to operate in the maritime industry. As a dock workers, you must have the minimum standard. Where we started this issue, we talked with the legal department, who said the number of people we're talking about is much. That these people are not the men workers in the port, they are those in the pool. And I said there's no difference between those in the pool and the men workers. But however, since we have a minimum standard in the industry, let us group them as dock workers who are doing, how do we call this, maybe technical casual. And just give them as it is in the minimum standard. 1 million naira for those who serve for 10 years. And maybe who serve for 5 years, maybe about 600 or so. So that is lesser for them to pay. So that people will not go through pain. Give them, let them go. The workers agree that when they give them that amount, I consulted them, they will go. So we give them the minimum standard from the maritime workers, with a letter. No response from Intels up to now. And that's why the workers, when they protested last time, they said, whatever happened, I should not hold them responsible. That they will close down all Intel operation. And nothing will come out from their premises. And I said, well, let us take it easy and see how this thing can work.
Contrary to AMS' position on agreement, Mr. Nted explains that there was a written agreement to pay severance benefits.
It was the terminal operators that pay the Steve Doring contractor, who in turn will pay the Steve Doring laborers. Because the Steve Doring contractor is just a commission agent. And it was agreed in a stakeholders meeting, it was documented that whenever a docker leaves the industry, it was the terminal operator that we pay, it's not the Steve Doring company. because the stevedoring company has no money to pay. It is not even the agreement. So Intel refused to pay up till now.
It remains to be seen what the future holds for these aggrieved dock workers who have vowed to sustain their call and prevail on Intels to meet their demands.
Welcome back. Communities affected by insurgency and other forms of security threats in Adamawa State are returning to face infrastructural challenges. However, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations is stepping in to help in ensuring that these communities and victims have access to one basic critical need: safe and clean water. Different communities in 5 local government areas are beneficiaries.
Kogi community is one of the 6 communities in Gire local government area of Adamawa State, devastated by the herders-farmers clashes as well as insurgency, resulting in the loss of lives and property. These unrest have also led to unprecedented levels of population displacement and prolonged disruption of agricultural, livestock and fishing activities. One of the major challenges faced by returning IDPs is the access to safe and clean water. As a result of the growing population, borehole water and wells dug years ago are unable to meet domestic and livestock demands as well as irrigation purposes.
Animals, really, they have problem of where they will drink water because we have no ponds where they may use to. We have to fetch from where people are drinking and give them. Otherwise, we go to the riverside, which is a bit far.
Alternative water source from the River Benue is not only unfit for consumption, going the long distance is a security risk.
This community was attacked by the Head Fulani on 24 of January 2016. They followed through their secondary school and they entered the town. During the time they entered the town, they started making the town to be catched with fire. So, and they are running after every man, no human. They cannot touch anything like human. They only touch human, men and the children like this one, young boys. So these are the people that they attack. And they follow them up to the riverside. And any person they reach, they will kill him. After they kill him, then they pass. But our people usually safe through that running. And then how they make themselves through the water by swimming across the river Benue.
In response to this sad development, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, through its Access to Water project, hands over completed water points to a Kogi community. The Chief of Staff to the Adamawa State Governor does the honors of officially unlocking the water tap for the community. This ceremony is the flag-off of 5 water schemes situated in 5 communities covering 5 local government areas of Adamawa State. The Deputy Governor tours the water facility, which is powered by solar energy.
The control room is behind me. We have an osmosis machine there for purification. We have solar battery, the control switches, and out here you can see that we have panel here. And up the tank, the steel tank up there, we have another panel. So during the day, the sun will be used, the panel will be used to pump water. During the night, the inverter right there can be used to pump water. So 24 hours, there's no problem of water shortage.
Besides helping returning IDPs to resettle, the FAO country representative says the intervention is geared towards achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
For us in FAO, the use of water for domestic and agriculture needs of households is indeed a sure way to achieve enhanced food security and nutrition, and ultimately lead to zero hunger. The 5 schemes that have been completed in Adamawa State are situated in Dong, Garkida, Kol, Kikang, and Tudun Wada Baza communities. Allow me to commend the excellent support that we have received from the Adamawa State government and our partners ENI and NNPC, whose collaboration made the project the success that we are witnessing today. The project targets all the 6 states of the Northeast region, namely Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, and Yobe, and also the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja.
The challenge of safe and potable water in Kogi community is better explained by one of the leaders.
Before we've been taking water from wells, we have small hand pump boreholes to take care of that. Later, the expansion in the village continued, and such water sources cannot sustain us. We got a borehole, but as at 2016, 24th January 2016, the entire village was attacked by herdsmen in league with terrorists from foreign countries. The entire village was burnt down. The entire village are IDPs, including myself. There are also IDPs that ran as a result of Boko Haram, and they are also living in the outskirts of this village, with whom we share the water facility that is in this village. This village, Kogi community, is the food basket of Gire local government. The Honorable Executive Chairman, Gire local government, can testify to this fact. The trailers load of rice, trailers load of maize, a lot of people coming here to buy fish is part of the legacy we get from water. Water also upgrades the health status of our community.
The state government accepts the intervention with gratitude.
We are, as a state government, immensely grateful to FAO Nigeria for supporting our internally displaced population over the years. He who brings water brings life. Hence, the Kogi community, His Excellency enjoins you to take good care of this borehole. Put it to good use. Make sure that all communities, even those adjoining here, benefit from this without any form of discrimination. For those of you that will be privileged to get this facility, we will further ask the FAO to try and see that the points at which people will fetch the water is not just limited in one area.
It is assumed that over 20,000 internally displaced people will benefit from the 5 water schemes. The approach will also support the efforts of the federal government in rebuilding livelihoods in the northeast region as the insurgency ebbs out. The FAO country representation in Nigeria was established in 1978 with programs and projects in more than 30 states across the Federation.
That's a wrap on Eyewitness Report for this week. Thanks for sharing your time with us. I am Yomi Otaigbe. See you next time.